Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial where we will be exploring how changes in supply and demand impact market, specifically using the example and question from the past paper. In this video, we will break down a supply and demand diagram to illustrate the different changes on supply and demand step by steps, and by the end you will have a clear understanding of how shifts in supply and demand impact market prices and quantities. Also, we will have useful questions and practice from the past papers about the price elasticity of demand and income elasticity of demand, and we will know how we can use the formulas of price elasticity of demand and income elasticity of demand to find the unknown parameter. So let's look it together and practice together. Question number 1. At the start of 2016, Beaverbrook's sold 600 Omega Semester watches. By 2017, next year, this had increased to 690. Beaverbrook's calculated that the price elasticity of demand for this product was minus 0.8. Please calculate to two decimal places the percentage fall in the price of the Omega Semester watch. So this question speaks about price elasticity of demands that equal minus 0.8, and also was the question asked is question about percentage fall in the price or percentage change in general basis about the price. In summary, we need to utilize the price elasticity of demand because, as I explained to you, the questions give the information about the price elasticity of demand. So the formula that we need to remember it for the exam equal percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. Now we want to calculate the percentage in price. Please don't forget to write this formula in the exam, because if you have some miscalculation problem, you can at least capture 1 mark to just writing for formula. So back to our discussions. In this formula, we want to find the amount of percentage change in price. But what information we already have? First, initial quantity sold in 2016, that was equal 600 watches. Quantity sold in 2017, that was equal 690 watches, and price elasticity of demand, that in this case equal minus 0.8. Let's put this extracted information from the questions in the formula. So generally, our first steps in solving any question, in dealing with any question in these types is first, understand which formula we should to use, and second, extract the original information from the questions. Now we know that we need to use price elasticity of demand formula and the information that we already have in the questions and we extracted them from the question is initial quantity sold in 2016, quantity sold in 2017, and price elasticity of demand that equal respectively 600 watches, 690 watches, and minus 0.8. Step 1 is calculate the percentage change in quantity of demanded. To calculate the percentage change in quantity of demanded, we should use this formula. New quantity minus old quantity divided by old quantity multiple 100. Please don't forget to use this 100 multiplication. This is very important to avoid miscalculations and capture the full marks. So new quantity, that's equal 690. New quantity for 2017, in fact it was for 2017, new quantity minus old quantity or original quantity. In this case, the original or old quantity belongs to 2016 divided by old quantity that also is include or belong to 2016. And we don't forget that these 100 multiplications, so 690 minus 600 divided by 600 multiple to 100 equal 90 divided by 600 multiple 100 equal 15%. So the amount of change in quantity of demand equal 15%. But the question asks for us the quantity change in price, not in demand. So we need to continue our journey. In next step, we want to use the amount of percentage change in quantity of demand in the original formula that is provided at the first. So price change in quantity of demanded, we find it in the past part was equal 15% divided by percentage change in price, that is our final destination to find, equal price elasticity of demand, and in this case according to the information, original information of the questions, equal minus 0.8. So minus 0.8 multiple percentage change in price should be equal to 15% according to the original formula. So to find the price change, to find the percentage change in price, we need to make divisions of 15% price change in quantity of demanded, 15% change in quantity of demanded, divide by the price elasticity of demand. This price elasticity of demand is give us in the original questions 0.8. So the final answer equal minus 18.75% in two decimal places. 18.75% is the price or percentage change in price. This is for our first question in this tutorial. Okay, question number 2. Let's look at the question number 2 with together. Global demand for coconut is booming. Let's look at the extract with together carefully. Founder and CEO of Ape Snacks, Zach Nathan, dropped out the university to start a healthy snack company focusing on coconut-based products. So, Ape Snacks aims to encourage the average person to eat a better diet, whilst operating as an environmental responsible business. In the past decades, the global demand for coconut has grown by 500%. So, this is important information. The global demand for the coconut has grown by 500%. During the same time, a series of celebrity endorsements and sponsorship have relaunched coconut as a superfood. In addition to the demand for coconut oil and coconut water, strong niche markets are also emerging for coconut-based snacks. However, always we need to be more focused when we see that this phrase, however, what happened? Many coconut producing countries are struggling to keep with the demand due to the aging coconut trees. So we have a problem with supplies because of aging or old coconut trees, which produce fewer coconuts. So olding or aging coconut trees is lead to produce fewer coconuts. So the supply is decreased, the demand is increased, but the supply is decreased according to these informations. Estimates suggest that 1 billion new trees need to be planted to keep up with demand. We need more 1 billion new trees to answer to the demand. But look at the question. What question wants? Using the data from extract A, construct a supply and demand diagram to illustrate the impact of aging coconut trees on the existing coconut markets. We need to construct a supply and demand diagram to show the increase in demand and decrease in supply. So we go the 50% until this moment with reading the extract carefully. We want to show the increase in demand and decrease in supply. Okay, let's look with together. In the exam, we just need to have this diagram. So this diagram is not needed for exam, but I want to have it to understand how we can deal with these questions. In fact, first, our love to these conditions is continuous, so we need to show this in the first place. Demand equals supply. So this is our supply curve and this is our demand curve. Because we love it, we want to show it. But again, we don't need to show two diagrams in the exam. We just need one diagram in the exam. But here, this is our first step. Because we love these conditions, we depict it as a first step. So we have demand and supply, and always this is very important to show the equilibrium points, equilibrium quantity as a x-axis, price as a y-axis, and also quantity price. This is the original step or first step. Now we want to show increase in demand and decrease in supply. To show the increase in demand, we need to shift the original curve to the right. So, original demand curve shift to the right, and we need to name it as a D1. It is very important to label or name the curves in the exam, so please pay special attention to it. Here we have a quantity and we have a price as well. And this is our original demand, this is our original supply curves. Here this is original equilibrium points, here this is original equilibrium quantity amounts, and here this is original price at the equilibrium points. So we shifted demand to the right because demand experience increase, but supply experience decrease. To show the decrease of supply, as we know, we need to shift the curve to the left. So the supply curve shift to the left to show the decrease in supply, and we label it as a S1. So the new equilibrium points is come from where new demand curve meet or cross new supply curves. And here this is the point that new demand curve meets new supply curves. Again, we need to show points and we need to label quantity and curves. So here this is the quantity at the new equilibrium points. We show it with Q1, and here this is the price at new equilibrium points. We show it by P1. So from the first, we have the original demand and supply curves with the original quantity and price. We have the original demand and supply curve with the original quantity and price. We want to show it according to the careful reading of the questions. Increase in demand, decrease in supply. Increase in demand takes place by shifting the original demand curve to the right, D1, and shifting the original supply curve to the left to show the decrease in supply. Here we have quantity, price, and after that we need to show the new equilibrium quantity and new equilibrium price. Question number 3. In 2016, Primark sales fell by 2% from the previous years. Also in 2016, UK average rates rose from £520 to 533 sterling per week. Question number 3 wants to us, using the data, calculate the income elasticity of demand, yet for Primark in 2016. You are advised to show your work. So for PET and yet questions, the first step is always writing the formula. So if we write the true formula in the true questions, if we have a miscalculations, we can capture at least 1 mark. So this is the formula for income elasticity of demand, or yet. Yet equal percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in income. But how we can find the percentage change in quantity demanded? Extract from the questions. Given the remark, sales fell by 2%. So percentage change in quantity demanded is 2%. In 2016, the percentage change is demanded. So because the question said that sales fell by 2%, we need to consider this fell by -2. If the question said that the sales increased, we need to consider plus or positive 2. But in this case, because the question said they experience sales fell, decrease, decline, we need to show this decrease, decline, or fell by -2. So now we have one part of these questions, one part of this formula, and percentage change in quantity demand equal -2 according to the information of the questions. And we are careful about the signs of these two, in this case equal negative because of fail or decrease experienced. In the step 2, we need to calculate the percentage change in income. About the income, we was not lucky because the questions not give us the informations. So we cannot extract information from the question. We need to calculate it by ourselves. So the average weekly income in UK increased from 520 to 533 sterling. This information come from questions. We need to use these informations for our calculations. So we can calculate the percentage change in income as follows. We need to remember again the percentage change formula for this case. So percentage change in income equal new income minus old income or original income divided by old income or original income. New income minus old income divided by old income. And we never forget this multiplication by 100. So percentage change in income equal new income 533 sterling is increased from 520 to 533. So 533 is new income minus old income 520 divided by old income 520 multiple 100. So the answer equal 13 divided by 520 multiple 100 is about 2.5%. We don't forget this sign as well, percent, because we have a multiplication to 100. Now we have all informations to calculate the income elasticity of demand. And income elasticity of demand equal change in quantity demanded according to the questions minus 2% divided by change in percentage change in price according to our calculation with the information extracted from the questions equal 2.5%, and the final answers equal minus 0.8 income elasticity of demand, or yet, for this question. Final questions. Question number 4. Hello, we are innocent or story. This is the first sentence that this extract start with it. So we are 3 entrepreneurs who meet at university and forms innocent after test marketing or first ring at the music festival. We are now Europe best selling smoothies using and continue to develop new and healthy products. Our purpose is to make natural, delicious and healthy drinks that help people live well. Innocent smoothie drinks contain the finest fruit we can find. We don't add sugar or anything else. We make tasty, healthy and convenient products to help people have more fruit and vegetables in their diet. Our products include Smoothie and juices made entirely from the fruits and vegetables, drink and snacks for children's lunch pots that provide 3 portions of vegetables in every pot, coconut water which is natural and fat-free, and the first smoothie was made from 100% British fruit. What the question asks finally, the most important part of this extract, construct a supply and demand diagram to show the impact on the market for a smoothie drinks following damage to fruit crops caused by poor weather. So the most important part, the key important part of this question is here. Damaging to fruit crops caused by poor weather. So damaging to fruit crops caused by poor weather, we understand from this phrase that because of damage in the fruit crops, the amount of supply is decreased. The amount of supply is decreased, but we cannot find any signs from decrease or increase of demand. So the demand stay fixed. And we passed 50% of the answer way until this moment. Supply decrease, demand fix. Let's look at the final making and constructing the supply and demand figure. Again, we love these conditions where demand equal with supply. We want to depict it or construct it as our first step. Again, in the exam, we just need the second figures and there is not need to make 2 figures. This is our just first step for complete or final answers. So here this is the quantity, y-axis is the price. It is important, very important to label the elements of the figure. So please don't forget to label all of the elements. Here we have demand curves, here we have supply curves, here it says equilibrium points. Here we have quantity at equilibrium point, and here we have price at the equilibrium point. We want to show that demand fix and supply decrease for these cases. So demand is fixed. There is no change for demand. We are lucky for this question for demand. But we need to make some change for supply, and is that supply decrease. To show the decrease on supply, we need to shift the supply curve to the left. So we shift the supply curve to the left and label the new supply curve as S1. So here we have original equilibrium points. Here this is original equilibrium quantity. Here this is original equilibrium price. But here there is a new equilibrium points that come from where new supply curve meet the original demand curve. New supply curve S1 meet the original demand curve. So here we have new quantity for new equilibrium points, and here we have new price at new equilibrium points. And this is the way that we can show the change of supply for this question. Thank you for your attention.